we've spoken at length about Yorgos Lanthimos. He's a director that I've always loved. I love weird directors.
No, he's one that I've always I've looked out for. I've been interested in what he's doing ever since The Lobster, which is how I'm sure many people were introduced to him.
We love weird dialogue. I just love the weirdness of his stories. I love the kind of mythology of them. There's always a deeper meaning. I love the way he draws humor out of just very strange human interactions. It's kind of Marmite, I'd say, though, his style of directing. Look, it's not like there's a dearth of weird directors nowadays. I mean, it seems to be like the new thing. It's like, how can we outdo ourselves? How can we make this film weirder than the last one? Which sometimes can feel a little bit much. It's like, I feel like there's a little bit of a...
where it gets a bit too,
there's a bit of
edgelordy.
There's a void in the industry now where we're just kind of craving almost for just standard fucking stories now.
No, but wholesome stories.
Just bring us something...
cynical and weirdly edgy.
Exactly. But, Yorgos is... He does it in a very... in a way,
interesting way.
Yeah, a way that justifies itself.
Yeah.
And he's always been on my radar as one of the most interesting and unique directors out there. So Bugonia came out. It's got Jesse Plemons and Emma Stone. He's obviously a big fan of those actors. She did amazingly well in Poor Things. I actually recently rewatched Poor Things, and I was just thinking, wow, she is just... Something I love about Emma Stone is that she just does not give a shit about being sexy. Do you know what I mean? Some actresses will only pick roles.
Yeah, she's very...
You know what I mean?
Some, and actors as well. They're very, they're quite precious about that. They only want to be seen in quite a pure light.
She always picks the most interesting roles.
Yeah.
And so does Jesse Plemons, to be fair.
God, I mean, anytime the guy's in anything, I'm there, I'm seated, I'm terrified as well. What he's going to say, what he's going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, Civil War, that whole scene.
Yeah.
Terrifying, man.
And Emma Stone could be the youngest person to possibly win 3 Oscars.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know if she will win this for Bugonia. What do you think?
It's possible, though. I feel like it would be quite a stacked year, not as stacked as last year. If let's say Bugonia had come out last year, she wouldn't have got it, because that was Mikey Madison's year for Anora.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess we'll see. Possibly.
Yeah. I mean, I think she was great. She was really good in this film. I don't think it really demanded something like Poor Things, that role kind of thing.
That role demands a lot.
Yeah, exactly. And if anything, I think Jesse Plemons was the standout. I think he was absolutely excellent.
He always kills it, man. I never have any doubt that he's going to kill it. He's always doing something interesting.
Yeah. It's a very interesting guy. Interesting guy. In terms of his back catalogue of movies, it's not my favourite, Bugonia.
Okay, yeah.
It's just not one that I think I would watch again, because it's got a certain thing that happens in the movie that kind of, it kind of brings everything together, but it felt almost as if it was like a one watch kind of thing. To be honest, I did love it, but I'm just comparing it to his other movies, and I'm just thinking it's lower in the list. However, I still think it's worth watching.
Yeah.
I still think it's really good.
No, the reason why I'm shocked is that I thought, you would really love it. I came about feeling exactly the same.
Oh, really?
I liked it a lot,
Yeah.
but to me, and with any other director, this, it would be just such a fantastic film. Not that it isn't. I'm getting to that, but it feels a bit like a greatest hits catalog,
right?
Because it's a lot of, not that he's repeating himself in terms of the story beats, but it's more stylistically, tonally, in terms of the dialogue. It felt like very much, this is very Poor Things, this is The Lobster, this is Killing of a Sacred Deer. And don't get me wrong, I'll take a Yorgos Greatest Hits compilation over any other director. I mean, my God, we're so lucky to have that. And I still think the film is very good, but I think I really have his recent work, Poor Things.
Yeah.
Poor Things might be my favourite of his.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good in Bugonia, but yeah, man, there was something missing for me.
I just don't think the plot was as interesting as the others. I think it was very...
Do you think maybe it all says it thought it was? Not that it's not interesting. Do you think it was that?
And I also don't think that the dialogue was quite as biting as the others in his other movies. I don't think it was quite as witty. The dialogue is always great in his movies, but it just felt like compared to some of the others, it wasn't quite as sharp. It didn't catch me off guard as much.
Actually interesting you say that, because the screenplay is written by one of the co-writers of The Menu, which is a film that I like, but it's very on the nose with its themes.
Yeah, I never thought the dialogue in the menu was like.
So can you see the comparisons with the? It makes sense. It's the same writer.
Yes, exactly. When you compare it to something like the Poor Things or the Lobster, the dialogue is just fucking entertaining.
And Killing of a Sacred Deer as well.
Killing of a Sacred Deer. Everything that they would, almost every line was just something really unusual and funny. And with this, it just felt very. And the reason why this is such a big part that I'm talking about is because it's a very dialogue-heavy movie. It's centered very much in one specific location.
Three characters,
where three characters are talking. Basically two characters are talking. And the problem that I don't want to give any spoilers, but the problem is where this story was heading, I could tell from a mile away.
I mean, I couldn't quite predict the ending, but it was it was still interesting, still unique.
Yeah.
But the problem I had, and this is maybe more a result of my expectations, is that it left me with many unanswered questions.
Right.
Questions that I'm sure he didn't give a shit about answering.
Right.
And even if that's the point, and maybe he's not trying to make a moral judgment, blah blah blah, and it's by design, it's just you're meant to take it in your own way.
Yeah,
there was just something missing. Like when that that twist came about, I was like, okay, but I really with this story, I felt it in my perspective it'd be more interesting. This doesn't always have to be the case for every single film.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have known the moral stance on it in this case, because the fact that this film deals with the nature of conspiracy theories, and in a weird way the internet as well, and how that's just shaped society and how that relates to human nature. It felt as if he didn't want to answer any of those questions.
Yeah,
I don't want to say cop out, but it might sound like that from the way I describe it. Does that make sense? I don't know.
It does make sense
in terms of those questions.
Yeah, it gives you such a strong opinion of a certain thing that I knew that's not where it was heading.
Right. Yeah.
So I felt like the reason why they're chucking so much into this is to really convince the audience that this is the case and that it's not the other version of what could be the truth of the story. So I just very much knew that would be can be the complete opposite, if that makes any sense. So I didn't think so much I felt like that was the narrative function of getting you to think about all these concepts of just trying to really basically convince you of something that wasn't going to be the case, rather than delving very deeply into the nature of the questions. And but I agree that it would have probably been more captivating. If
I just feel like the nature of the story, for me personally, I would have liked more of a stance towards the end, because that would have been interesting.
I suppose it's what it's going to show. If we go into spoiler territory here, what it goes to show is that if anything, it's just trying to say that maybe conspiracy theorists have got a point and that they are right sometimes, which is true.
Also, but if that's really what it's going for, I find that strange, because I'm not going to side with Jesse Plemons and his poor cousin.
But I think
poor guy, he just wanted to chill. I did feel bad for him. He just wanted. He wanted to fly in the spaceship and get out. Poor fella.
But I think, honestly, I think it's all designed to be kind of a joke, because the fact, I did chuckle at the twist. I thought it was funny. Even though I knew where it's heading, I felt like it was the exact right decision for the ending. It would have felt very empty and pointless if that weren't the case. That she basically ends up being the alien, and that the conspiracy theorist that
this nutcase,
that we thought was crazy all along was actually exactly right the whole time. I just think that, to be honest, is just funny, and I think it was designed to be funny. Because I've always felt like that. I've never been a conspiracy theorist, but I've never been a nut like that. But there are some things that gets you questioning things, and maybe it's just saying look. Don't always
take it too far. But
don't always assume that conspiracy theorist is just a nutcase, which, like you say, is kind of a weird thing to say.
It's a weird, and I don't. But then I don't think he actually gives a shit whether that's the case.
No, I don't.
I don't think Yorgos could care less.
No.
But this film, I know it will work for a hell of a lot of people. Some people will absolutely love it. But I think also it's just because like of his English films.
Yeah.
I mean, the only other one I've seen is Dogtooth is very good. I can't remember if that was his first or not.
Oh yeah,
watch that. Yeah, that was his Greek.
I
film.
thought I heard Dogtooth was really, really dark.
Oh, very dark.
Yeah,
but like
a bit too much for some people.
Yeah. It's still a very good film.
Mm-hmm.
But I think having consumed so many of his English language films, you do notice a pattern.
Yeah.
And when I compare it to something like Killing of a Sacred Deer, which occasionally, it was probably quite frustrating at points and designed to be so, and a bit overly edgy.
Yeah.
I just think like that narrative is more. I don't know.
Yeah.
This wasn't confident in itself, but I get what he was going for a lot more with Sacred Deer.
Yeah.
It feels more complete as a whole. And I think also because he wrote that as well. He didn't write this.
Yeah.
But then something like Poor Things, it's just so well realized.
Yeah.
I think Poor Things is like, it combines all the best elements of a Yorgos Lanthimos film.
He wrote Poor Things, didn't he?
No, he didn't write it though. But then it's the guy who wrote The Favourite, who I think is who's a great writer.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, but no, like. I'm just gushy about Poor Things. But it's not to say like, all the dialogue was, completely fell flat. I actually really enjoyed the dinner scene.
Yeah.
Where he leaps. So that was probably a standout scene for me. I quite like the dialogue and the interplay within that moment.
Yeah. There are no real standout scenes for me in this movie.
Interesting. But not even that.
No. Mm-hmm. It just all felt very much the same. I think it's all just leading into that big revelation that happens in the end. I think that's the problem with the film, and I think that's the reason why I wouldn't rewatch it. When I want to rewatch a film, it's because I can think of so many moments in that movie that I want to rewatch and re-experience. In this movie, it's like, I experienced it. I know what happens. That's it.
But it's but then with Killing of a Sacred Deer, there are more moments I want to like re-experience, like the girl singing, or like
there's
even,
so much.
Even when like the boy drops to his knees. When Barry Keoghan's eating the spaghetti.
Yeah.
There are little moments I want to experience.
With this one, no, not so much. However, I don't want it to sound like we're shitting on this movie because
it is good.
Yeah. I
it's
really
a good
like
film.
it. I really do like
say it isn't, but in terms of Yorgos's back catalogue, it's really.
And I know what you said a little
bit.
bit about like the greatest hits thing because I felt that a little bit with Kinds of Kindness as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the only one I still haven't seen.
Yeah, where it's just like a compilation of like. It doesn't feel like the story is quite. It's more the style.
It's focused more on the style and being like very shocking and edgy. And very
and you could say that he perhaps as a director, when you look at something like The Lobster or Killing a Sacred Deer, but maybe he works better on like a smaller scale.
No, because those films are very like quite minimalistic, really.
Yeah, but the beauty of Poor Things and why it's so perfect is the fact that the scale is bigger and the narrative is excellent. And so it doesn't feel imbalanced in any way.
No, it's
feels
still quite intimate.
Balanced. Yeah,
it's like an intimate story, but on a very epic canvas. Like with how amazing those sets are.
Yeah, and it just works so well.
Yeah,
excellent. So I mean, the Bugonia is great. I definitely think it's worth watching. And I think it's a very individual thing. This film.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But it's definitely not my favorite of his. Let's have a look at some other people's opinions. This is Voodoo Blues Me. Pretentious twaddle. This is a 1 out of 10. Mix up internet conspiracy theories, corporate malfeasance, horror, and some sci-fi fit that makes Doctor Who look sophisticated. And what do you get? This unspeakable mess of a movie. The first hour was so boring, I nearly left the almost deserted cinema. Well, that's just sad. The second hour was by turns repellently violent and laughably ridiculous. If some people think Yorgos Lanthimos is the future of cinema, then we're in for even more trouble than I feared. I don't even know what to say about that.
Little much. Voodoo Blues Me. That's just a little much.
Yeah, I think he probably just doesn't like how weird it is.
Lanthimos.
Doesn't like how weird. Yeah. 1 out of 10. Awkward beggar kind of thing.
Award.
Oh wait. Oh sorry. Award beggar kind of thing. 2 conspiracy-obsessed young men kidnap the high-powered CEO of a major company, convinced that she is an alien intent on destroying planet Earth. What the hack? Obsessed young men. Wait, what? Obviously, they're not young men anymore. Everything is just delusional, and the fact is the story is just too thin. Kidnap lady and then torture drama. Give me that award because I shaved my hair. I'm bald now. That's all. Imagine if this movie is played by B-list or unknown actor and actresses. None will buy the ticket for this. Wasted my time. I don't know about that. That's kind of. I don't know about that. I know what they're saying. Yeah.
No, look, I mean, this film is also very niche. I don't think it's as accessible as Poor Things. And it's weird because Poor Things is still a very odd, weird film. Like the humor, but it is, I think, maybe through the themes.
Yeah.
You know, and what it tackles, it's more accessible. This really isn't.
Yeah.
So I kind of get what they're saying when it's like, oh, if it was made with lesser actors, I can sort of see that.
Yeah. Terrible ending. 5 out of 10. Enjoyed it, but I didn't at the same time. I feel like the actors uplifted the movie. They did a great job, and their acting name gave the movie a lot of credit. Enough someone else is saying that. Other than that, the ending really ruined the movie for me. I like the social themes discussed in the movie, how misuse of power by corporate executives and how they undermine the workers who do everything. High-ranking people don't see others as worthy, expressed by the bee colony. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Jesse Plemons and Emma Stone are quite exquisite. I like the tone and vibe of the movie, like a discomfort and weird tone overall, the black comedy and surreal view. I feel the director wanted this and was able to successfully do that, but can he do something normal? Or every movie is just going to be like this? It'd be interesting to see him do like a normal movie.
Someone has said that would be the most terrifying thing of all. If like Yorgos Lanthimos actually did just a very like standard genre piece, like a conventional film where the characters talk like actual people rather than these weird
robotic
cynical robots. That's cynical robots. But it wouldn't be a Yorgos Lanthimos film.
Yeah, it just wouldn't be.
Do that. Yeah.
First, I feel like it should have been the same as the original movie, 100%. Why didn't it end without there being any aliens?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, side note, because this is a remake. So actually, I'm quite intrigued to check out the original. I think it was a Korean film.
Okay, interesting.
And I think some people have said that like the original film probably goes a lot deeper with the themes,
right? Okay,
which can sometimes happen when it's a Western remake. Have to dilute it. I mean, there's still a lot to the themes in this film, but I do imagine maybe the original. I mean, I don't know. The original dives into it
a little bit more.
And again, it's just going back to the fact that it is the co-writer of The Menu, and I still like that film.
Yeah.
But looking back, there's a lot more to this film than The Menu, but with The Menu, what is it? It's just the rich are bad.
The first part of the movie was very, very dull. After that, it became much, much better in the middle until the last. I didn't find the movie in particular dull.
No, not at all. I was always interested, but parts of it just worked better than others. Like, what did you think about that little? I mean, I don't even know if you call it a running thread, but the police officer who
being the paedophile.
No, they hinted. Well, they didn't even hint at it. It's very obvious, but the fact that they threw that in there, it's just
you know what? It just reminds me.
Sorry if that stuff I did. It's like, why did that need to be there?
It just reminds me of the dad character in Killing the Sacred Deer.
Oh yeah.
What did he say again?
God, I mean, I don't know if I want to repeat that.
My father snuck in my room and touched me or something like that. And then
he told his son the weird story about
about how he
masturbated. I can't remember.
And then you're like, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
What's the narrative function of that? Like, what was the point?
Because, are they trying to show that's why Teddy believes it is so messed up? But they don't really do anything with it. It's just the police officer, he was a paedophile.
Maybe they just he just wanted it to be a satisfying moment where he kills him. I don't know. Yeah. Weird. Always weird things. Like, there's no normal character in his film. You state in the end that the weirdo criminal who's basically a maniac and abducts and manipulates people is right, and he's not absurd.
Yeah,
he validated his work and everything he did. What sort of message are you sending to the people? The crazy people are right? It's very niche and not for everyone. If not for the ending, I would have enjoyed it more, to be honest, and gave it a high rating. This is what I'm saying.
No, he's not wrong with a lot. I agree with quite a lot of what this guy's saying.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, okay? Yorgos does not give a fuck about the implications that are being made.
Morality.
They're saying the crazy person's right. Look, we've all got a brain. We're not just watch this movie and think, maybe conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, no, he should have kidnapped that woman and manipulated his cousin.
Maybe aliens are real or something like that.
Yeah.
It's the fucking point in the movie. It's a movie. It's a movie, Jan. It's a fucking
because it's fun.
Enjoy it. Enjoy the twist. I know what they're saying, but I don't think he doesn't give a fuck about the social messaging at that point. But fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll have to watch the original and see what that's like.